me get the battle net shit up. Welcome, everybody. I'm just doing some things on Discord too and whatnot, so apologize. Gotta go. Cool bot. Cool fucking bot. Stormy. Oh, where's the thing that was right here? Did you just throw it out? Let me message you this code. Did you get the headset? I don't know. Maybe the holiday also is going to be like a shit show. So let me just give you this code. Stormy. All right. You said it was the second one, right?
No, the first one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I think I did, yeah. I just copy and pasted you, Miriam. Say my name, say my name. Okay, so I added my stuff on the... It says it's going to get there tomorrow. The floor is looking it up right now. So you should have the headset tomorrow. Early access is June 1st. That's what I'm being told. So this June 2nd thing is just a lie in itself. Let's go to their Twitter. Diablo. And I have a bot that has their Twitter, so give me a second. Okay, here it is. Let's follow them. Will you fight in the darkness? 27 minutes go hatred. Change settings. Yeah, what is this? I want to view this. Oh, let's see what this is. That's all that is. Okay. Anytime, anytime. Thank you, thank you. Early access in just 3 days, and Sanctuary will never be the same. No, it won't. No, it won't. First off, I want to do this over here, not here. Let's open up Twitch. Let's open up Twitch.
Jerry?
Okay, let's open up YouTube. Let's open up FIFA Ultimate Team app. This was 1 day ago, so this guy's pretty good, actually. Mike watches this guy a lot, actually.
Hey everyone, so pretty big news here. Since the last time we talked, I've played Diablo 4.
a lot of Diablo 4. All of Diablo 4, actually. Over this past week and a half, I've been playing through a full review build of the game. It's the entire thing from start to finish, the campaign, all the endgame content, every system and feature that D4 will be launching with. I've gone through it, leveled up, and done just about everything there is to do. But I am under...
One sec. You don't hear me? What do you mean? Yeah, look at this. Desktop audio is not picking up anything. What the hell's going on? My stream like changed. No joke. Things are all different. Yeah, he's saying the video, the desktop audio, maybe it's...
embargo
Oh yeah,
until...
there it is. You should hear it. Okay. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. No worries. Oh yeah, let's try this bot, right? Okay, good for you. Giveaway. Add viewers. Load. Why? I know it's saying I can't do it. Unclaimed. Like you can do this and it works. So like obviously it's pulling in some data, but it's just not pulling in that like I'm on Twitch. Maybe I have to like pull up my stream or something on here. Or something here. No. Oh, no, not that. Like I'm in. Let me try it again. I did this before too. Hey, big boss. So just make sure that it's there now. Big boss, you playing? You playing? I definitely want to watch this guy's video. He said he just played the game all the way to 50 because he was doing like a test, a full run through test, which it's good to see that they're actually doing that kind of shit too. Like someone's playing the fucking game fully, so it's not like you get to level 35 and everything is fucking broken. So we'll watch this video. I think it's 18 minutes, so it's a pretty long video, but I'll be doing some stuff as well. On like Discord and shit, getting ready for the giveaway. I don't know what to do here with this thing. Unclaimed, so when you get back, we'll try and figure that out too. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like, I don't know if you like MMOs or anything like that. If you don't, then for sure I understand, but should be like a well-polished and good game to play.
May the 30th. This is pretty standard practice for reviews and early review copies. There's usually this window of time between when you play the game and when you can actually talk about it. The point of which is to give people the time to write, record, and make their review content. However, when the embargo does lift, you can expect a full review from me here on the channel. As of now, pretty much all I can say is, yes, I have played the game, but I can't actually share that content or give you my thoughts. But you'll be getting those from me and plenty of other people in just a few days. And don't tell Blizzard, but here's a teaser of my review. So now that you know, reviews for Diablo 4 will be dropping on May the 30th. Just a few days later, we of course have the early access release, and Blizzard has laid out the exact timings and details for all of this. Early access will be officially beginning on June 1st at 4 p.m.
Wait.
Pacific Daylight.
Yeah, so it's 7 p.m. New York, 4 p.m., and then you guys have to wake up in the middle of the night. So, yeah, that's basically how it's going. I expect all of you on at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., grinding and playing it out. You know what I'm saying? Sydney, look at this. Sydney and all those Auckland. What is that? What is this? Bright and early. Yeah, this is like where it says London. I don't know what time you are in these three, but 12, 1, 2. And this is 7 p.m. my time on Thursday. Yeah, 1 a.m. So make sure you sleep all day. Relax. The girls have a sleepover somewhere. Get the grind. 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want you druid. I want heals. I die as a barbarian, and you're healing me as a overpowered druid.
I don't want to heal anybody.
You don't. It's not. Doesn't work like how you're thinking. It like you push a button and it just heals everyone around. Like you don't have to like aim or anything like that.
Still want to heal everybody.
Yeah, but you can as like a bear or a wolf or something like that. Okay, so yeah, look. Oh, okay. That's why. So I got both of you. Oh, I can actually import this to my BattleNet or something? You actually joking me? Oh, I'm going to be doing it. When you say open bot, I don't even know like what you're even talking about in that. Like open where? Where am I opening this thing? I just put my shit in. Oh, yeah, it's open. This thing. It doesn't work. It says you can't retrieve the data. Piece of garbage. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Little Diablo stuff. Getting ready. Giveaways, raid challenge. We're doing a bunch of things. Hopefully some things stick. We'll do some nice little tournaments, too. PvP. Yeah, well, I can add subs and it works, but, like, what does that do for me? That's just, like, you know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't seem to be too, like, we know Streamlabs works. We know how to use it. It really isn't hard. We get the follows. Like, you have to follow, you know, to win and stuff. And it's really just like, oh, someone comes in and raids. We have to be ready to just start the thing and just, like, shoot it off in 10 minutes, you know, do free shit. You know, everyone's engaging. Everyone's typing that in. You know, I think it just works. Yeah, you could definitely add manually. But, you have to enter the list of names. So I guess if you could go to the chat. Yeah, the chat says there's 35 people in here. What are you talking about? That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't even make sense. You know? It's not this many people in here. Well, I don't even know what that did. Something has to be wrong. Like, we have to go look at, like, why that would even happen. It just does that for either of them, replace or append. Couldn't load. We have to do stuff. I'm pretty sure we're just not doing the right stuff. Like, there's definitely stuff we have to do to connect everything. Like, yes, I have the photos up here, but there's just some endpoints that aren't probably set up. We really have to look into it. You know what I mean? There's probably settings somewhere, I would think, but I don't see any. Yeah, I need a programmer. Why, you program? You're half a program. Well, I have a guy. There's a guy that is actually doing like a much better bot. What up, Slacker? So let me. What the hell just happened? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there he is. Maybe play a little league later. Little league. I've been getting good. I got good at the game. You'll love a lot of things that I do. A lot of things. Like, babe, don't laugh at me saying he'll love a lot of things. Yeah, he's a very dirty kid. He's from freaking England. What do you expect? They're fucking dirtbags. Love it. Diablo, okay. This is probably not going to be something we're going to use. Because if the other guy's making the bot anyway, like, we're not going to use this as much. His bot is pretty cool and has a lot of features that it's going to have. So I think it'll be the primary bot. We'll just use the Streamlabs. I like the way it's set up with having people have to, like, type the free shit and follow and all that. So, like, they come in a raid, whatever it is, bang, $25 gift card, $50 gift card, $100 gift card, whatever it is. It goes off 10 minutes. Someone wins. You got to be in the chat. Don't leave. We're going to be doing it in the next 5-10 minutes. That's it. Oh, Slacker from DK. We're also doing a nice little raid challenge. I'll if you give me your email, I'll send it out what we're doing. And if you raid during that time, we'll do a nice little gift card giveaway right away. And then if you're the highest raider through the week, we're going to provide you a game to give away as well. Drugs. And so next week we're doing a Gleam giveaway where if you follow me on all the socials, you get extra tickets. If you tweet, you get an extra ticket. You know, all that stuff. So we're going to be doing 2 like that, and then we're going to be doing 1 with the points, and then hopefully we get some raids so we can do some more copies. Maybe we hit 100 viewers or so 1 or 2 times, and we'll give extra copies away too. I'm going to be doing some Diablo stuff for the next, like, 3-4 hours. But then maybe later tonight, my boy will play too, Frank, and we'll do some threes. Threes is fun. Deep Blue, welcome. Yeah, for sure. It is definitely good. So we're going to have that up. We're going to post that today. I'm going to send a bunch of streamers who are doing Diablo, the raid challenge. So basically the way the raid challenge is going to work is anyone who raids me during the pre-launch up to the launch will start giveaways. So if you're from 0, I don't remember the... let me get it up so I could say exactly what we were going to be doing. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Go! That was me all day this morning. That's for sure. That's for sure. Ranked top 5,000 in FIFA. All right, everybody? Everybody in stream, just so you know, top 5% FIFA player in the world is an American. Not from South America. What the hell's that? The wind? That has to be Rob or something, no? Oh, yo, it's them fucking knocking on the thing. I thought it was someone from here, dude. I swear to God. Oh, yeah. You actually got me, dude. You got me. I was literally like, babe, what was that? I got my headsets on, now realizing it's fucking something in the damn thing. I'm looking around saying, babe, what? You didn't? She's like, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything, she says. I'm sitting here smoking. I think someone's not. You saw me? I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck was that? Fuck, man. That one's good, dude. That didn't sound like a sound. It's just like, kid, I thought it was the kid who, like, owns this house, like, just knocking on the fucking wall. Oh, that was funny. I thought I felt the vibration, to be quite honest with you. There you go, babe. Welcome, everybody. Get a little hype. We're gonna watch that video in a second. I just want to I just totally forgot what I was gonna go do. Oh yeah, get the raid challenge. Okay, so if you raid from 5 to 24 viewers, $10 gift card, 25 to 50, $25 gift card, 50 to 99. Bang. And then copies for the person who is the highest. So if it's the highest is from 0 to 100, it's 1 copy. If it's 1 to 500, it's 1 copy to the raider, and then I add a copy to mine. 500 to 1,000, 2, 1. Over 1,000, 3, 2. And that's only 1 time. So it's going to be one of these. So either I'm going to add 2 copies and 3. So up to 5 more copies. So we're doing 3, definitely. And then hopefully we get some raids. We'll give away some gift cards up to $1,000. So I don't maybe 1,000 people start raiding me. I don't want to give away 10 grand. You know what I mean? So like we'll cap it at something just to be safe. I mean, obviously that would be great if that happened, but so yeah, this is gonna be the raid challenge. I think I have 30 to 40 people. We got emails of Diablo streamers. We're just gonna send out an email. Also gonna tell them that I'm looking to do tournaments and series of PvP events. Where you just go in and you duel each other, and it's just a tournament structure, and the first place wins $100. However small we start and make it big. And maybe some guys, will want to join in on that, with bigger followings, and I provide the prize pool or something like that. I was going to do it for New World, but it kind of died out a little bit, and just didn't want to really put the money into that. Figured this game would be much better to try and do it on in any way, but that's what we're going to be trying to do over the next couple weeks, and building a nice little guild clan. We already got 30 people playing. Let's watch this video. So yeah, this is the raid challenge. This is what I'm going to be basically emailing a bunch of people. And all the giveaways are going to be on the 7th. So I'm going to be doing intraday giveaways where it's going to be points and stuff, because you're going to have to use points to win one of the copies. So I'll be doing those things intraday, doing maybe we'll do an interactive Diablo giveaway if I die or whatever you want to do. Something along those lines. But we'll have fun stuff for the 4 days that we're doing Diablo. I'm going to be playing it all day long, so it's I might get up to do a stretch, maybe do a stretch on camera, something like that, but I'm going to be just rocking, just trying to get to 50 as quick as possible, and then even just trying to help everyone level to 50. So yeah, Gleam, regular giveaway, interactive giveaways, we could just do it all. And hopefully we get some community events right away, which will be for some real money, gift cards and stuff like that.
Time or June 2nd, depending on what your time zone is, at which point anyone who purchased the Digital Deluxe or Ultimate Edition can start playing. As a reminder, the Digital Deluxe version will run you $89.99, and besides the game, includes some bonus cosmetics and access to the premium track of the Season Pass. Oh joy. Whereas the Ultimate Edition has all of that, plus a bonus emote and access to the Accelerated Season Pass, which comes with a 20-tier pass skip. Both versions, once more, will come with those 4 days of early access, for which you can pre-download the game.
Oh, wait,
which
look
will
at
be
the
available on every platform.
We're going to watch some
1 day
videos on each
prior
class.
on
That's
May
what we're going to do.
30th. Speaking
And
of
then
which,
go
if
into
you
some
haven't
builds.
already, you can now safely delete any prior versions of Diablo 4 that you have installed, be it the open beta or the server SAM client. You do not need those any longer.
That's
you will
good
in
to
fact
know.
have to download an entirely new, the full version of the game.
Look how much
release.
shit's
Now, if you
going
buy
on.
the standard edition, which goes for $69.99, you'll be able to start playing on the official release date, which they say is June 5th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, or again, June 6th, depending on your time zone. I would like to tell you that this early access window just doesn't matter, right? You don't have to jump in. You don't have to pay for it. Because of the nature of Diablo, like other ARPGs, it's going to be a seasonal game, and many players will be starting fresh from scratch when the first season releases sometime in mid to late July. So you really shouldn't feel the need or feel pressured into buying the more expensive editions just to play
I guess this
4
was
days
from a while
early.
ago.
But at the same time, I am also well aware that companies will sell more expensive versions that grant early access because it works on a lot of people a lot of the time. And I know you're probably tired hearing about FOMO. I am too. I get it. But it's also true. Like, people like being a part of things. I'm the same way. I want to be there, let's be honest with what this is, on the real release date, which is not June 1st, when everyone else is playing, when all my friends are playing, when all of you, probably a lot of you, are playing, and everyone's talking about the game. Now, I also, of course, have the added pressure of this being like part of my job, but even before YouTube, I've always wanted to play when all my friends and everyone else was playing. That's just how it is, so I get it. But if that's not important to you, you got other stuff going on, whatever, great, save yourself the extra money. Also, let's be honest, there's a very, very likely chance the servers will be a bit of a mess those first few days. Like, yeah, things seemed okay during the server slam, but I think it's reasonable to conclude that the server slam had far fewer players, at least it seems that way. Blizzard wasn't touting their numbers like they did in the open beta with the massive numbers, millions of people who collected like the backpack and all that stuff. They didn't do that for the slam. It's probably because the slam, for many, many reasons, was not nearly as popular. I think there's a really good chance launch is gonna be a mess for at least some time. But when the servers are working, it should be a good time. I had a lot of fun during the betas. I would also tell you what I thought about the review, but I can't yet. Remember, embargo. So yes, when the game's running and it's working and we're playing the game, great. And if you're planning on playing Diablo 4 and you want to get the most out of the experience, why not check out today's sponsor? LG's latest, the Ultra Gear OLED gaming monitor, or 45GR95. Pretty awesome. I mean, you can see everything with aspect ratio. So if you'd like, okay, now let's get.
Switch now to Fios 2 gig, our
Yeah,
fastest
nice.
internet ever.
Look, finally cut the cable, switch to Fios 2.
Get back to the Diablo 4 news. Recently, D4's associate game director and art director sat down to answer some burning community questions. Hold up, just a quick interjection here. I don't do this often, but a little after the fact edit add in. So after I record this video, about the Blizzard questions that I'm about to go over, it started to pop up online that it seems like these were faked. Basically, people looked up the usernames of the people that these community questions supposedly came from, and they didn't find them. Now, the host of this interview with the FGS, the Future Game Show YouTube channel, they had posted online asking people for community questions, and they got a grand whopping total of 0 responses. So I don't think this is so much like faked, orchestrated by Blizzard. I think it's much more probable that these guys had an interview lined up with Blizzard. They were looking for community questions, and no one gave a crap, and nobody responded. And so they just came up with stuff, or they pulled questions from elsewhere and changed the username. There's definitely a bunch of different possible scenarios. But I think, frankly, first of all, they just screwed up by framing this as community questions if it wasn't actually community questions, if they just generated it or pulled questions not from their community, whatever. Just don't even frame it as community anything. Just say, here, Blizzard answers some big questions or whatever, you know? So they definitely screwed up there. But frankly, the second and the more important point is the source of the questions isn't as matter as the information that's being discussed with the questions, and then Blizzard's answers to them, and then what that means for the game. That's what I care about. I don't care who asked the questions. I just think FGS, and then if Blizzard knowingly knew that these weren't real community questions and they answered them. But again, I think that's much less likely than these people had an interview with Blizzard, asked for community for questions, nobody cared, and then they were in panic mode responses. There we go. And we got some interesting information out of this. So the first question was, will Diablo 4 give incentive to play old normal mode characters once seasons come along? To which they said, we really are putting all of our emphasis, or a lot of our emphasis, I should say, on trying to make sure that we've created the most exciting seasonal content that we can. So a lot of our new gameplay systems, the new seasonal quest line that we'll be adding in every season, all tie into this like really big seasonal theme that we'll have. We're really trying to make sure that it feels fun to go make a new character and roll through and play again. So more or less here, it seems like the answer to the question is no, there won't be much incentive to go play the old normal mode characters, or as it's known in the game, like the Eternal Realms, once a season begins. Clearly, they are focused on the seasons. They want you playing the seasons. This is where all of the new stuff and the good stuff is going to be. Now, he added that a big part of the reason for this is that there is an obvious endpoint to progression in Diablo 4, saying Diablo is specifically designed around the idea of capped progression. There's only so much power that you can get. It's not a never-ending curve where you're constantly finding an even better item and an even better item. Items get to a certain level of power and then they stop. And it really comes down to, do you have the right combination of items? Have you made all the best choices in the skill tree? Is that the best build or the most fun build? That's really more of the focus that we have. So yes, if you weren't aware already, Diablo 4 is not the type of game where you're making a single character and progressing on that character, continuously playing for months or years on end. There is basically an endpoint to all of it. Once you get to the position where the highest item level gear starts dropping, it's then about just acquiring all of the aspects that you need for that gear that you want for your build, and then looking for the best rolls possible. And sooner or later, you're pretty much going to be done. Like Diablo 4, like many other ARPGs, is a game about starting over and trying new things. With the seasons, give you the opportunity to jump in and play a new class, or try new builds for your favorite class, check out the new gear that gets added, and then along with that, of course, any of the new features they say will be coming with each season. But if you just want to play like one character and not engage with the seasons, after a while with D4, yes, you're just basically going to run out of stuff to do. There is not never-ending content. There's not a never-ending gear treadmill. Eventually, your gear will be at the point where you can do all of the hardest things in Diablo 4. There's really no more challenge that you're presented with until the new seasons come out, or you want to try a new character or a new build or whatever. All right, next question. Will skill trees be further expanded with new branches or choices for existing abilities in future patches and seasons? The answer was, this is really something we're thinking about more as part of our expansion releases. We're not talking about expansions too much today. We'll talk more about those in the future, but for like big additions to the skill tree, that's really where they want to be. Now, we will be doing like meta changes and tuning on a regular basis from season to season as we go, and adding more legendary items, more unique items for players to collect. We'll be adding those things, but things like changes to the skill tree will be for expansions. This once again sort of raises the question as to what exactly we should be expecting from each season, or rather how substantial are the things that we're going to be getting in each season, because as we've known all along, and as was just reiterated, they are planning to develop and sell us expansions. And I'd say it's safe to assume that most of the bigger content updates will be reserved for those expansions. Things like a skill tree update, but also getting new zones, getting new acts, going to new continents in the world of Sanctuary, and of course, the new playable classes. That stuff is going in the expansions. So the hope with the seasons is that they can still add meaningful content and changes. Remember, that's why we have all these new microtransactions. Besides them making money, this is the reason for us, the players, why we have all these new microtransactions. And they have said that these will open up new ways to play beyond just adding new gear. What that all ends up actually meaning, we'll see. And sometime soon, because as mentioned in our last coverage of Diablo 4, we got confirmation that Blizzard will be doing another developer live stream where they will primarily be focused on showcasing and discussing season number 1. This should be happening sometime shortly after launch. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to show and what they have to say. Another question here, are the Diablo 4 devs considering the idea of adding a loot filter like Path of Exile or Last Epoch? The answer to which was basically they're considering a lot of things, and these are the sort of things that might be coming in seasonal updates. Something like a loot filter, which if you don't know, it's basically like, hey, I don't want to see any more of the white or blue items dropping. I don't need them. They're junk, whatever. I mean, yes, you can still salvage them or you could sell them, but if you didn't want to see any white and blue items ever again, technically this is what like a loot filter would be for, and that's the sort of quality of life minor improvement that they are considering for seasons. And then finally, I just wanted to quickly mention this one question where they were asked what they learned from the beta test weekends, and the response was, so I think a lot of people who had the chance to play the beta weekends probably, or certainly hopefully, understand that these were not marketing events. These were actually to test the game and to stress the game in particular. We know a lot of testing internally is done, but there's basically no replacement for wide-scale testing, and that's certainly the case for it's certainly the case for like testing server infrastructure and seeing how you can do with lots and lots of people connecting to your servers. Although I would definitely argue they're definitely partially marketing, like especially things like the open beta. There was a lot of marketing promoting those things, and yes, part of that is to get a lot of people in it, but part of it is to get people hyped up, to give people a taste. So I agree, it's not just marketing, but it definitely is also. Right. What do you think the odds are that the druid is actually going to be OP? Well, turns out it might actually be pretty high. You know, I know during Diablo 4's beta testing, the druid was like the butt end of pretty much every single joke related to class balance. There were a lot of memes out there, and it seemed like the perception was that it was just a really undertuned class, at least for those first 25 to 20 levels. But it turns out at release, they might actually just be super OP. When asked in a recent GameStar interview, Joe Pipora said that the druid is actually one of our strongest classes, at least according to our internal test. However, players were not able to experience the druid's full potential during the beta. betas.
Blue.
Obviously, the biggest thing that we weren't able to experience was the Druid class mechanic. They've got their own class mechanic, like every class has their own class mechanic. We just didn't see that in the Druid. In addition to being level capped and not having the full access to the tree, and of course things like the Paragon boards, and actually being able to build out a good set of gear to coincide with the build, that's all stuff
20 levels
we
means
just
nothing.
didn't experience at all. Now,
matter.
we did hear rumors coming through leaks from the endgame testing that took place last fall. Many people who participated in those tests were saying that both the Warrior and Druid get very strong at endgame once they have all of their skill points, their class mechanics, the Paragon board is filled out, and they are fully geared. And most certainly further cementing the likelihood that Druid might be good is fellow YouTuber Wadijo, who recently posted a Diablo 4 launch tier list where he ranked the Druid very high in just about everything, in endgame potential, in build diversity, in group utility, and for hardcore. Basically, the only thing that it wasn't A or S tier in were early game progression and mobility. I can live with that. Frankly, I'm tickled to hear this news that apparently the Druid is going to be strong, because I love the Druid class fantasy. Druids in a lot of games, Wardens and ESO, that kind of nature attuned to animal thing, like it's super cool. I really like it. So if the class isn't trash tier, that's even all the better for me. I would probably still check it out and make a character even if it was trash tier. Okay, now let's talk about some Diablo themed marketing stuff that's happening right now. So there's Twitch drops beginning on June 5th.
Oh yeah, nice little Twitch drops.
4 weeks. Diablo 4 Twitch drops will be available. So basically each week there will be a new set of cosmetic items up for grabs, which will include weapon and back pieces for every single class in the game. In order to get these, you have to watch from 3 to 6 hours of any eligible Diablo 4 streams on Twitch. Week 1's rewards will include drops for the Rogue and Necromancer, Week 2, the Sorcerer, Week 3, the Druid, and Week 4 for Barbarian. Simultaneously, they are also running what they're calling the Support a Streamer program, in which gifting 2 Twitch subscriptions to eligible streamers will earn you the Primal Instinct. This is this white and black mount with these runic markings on it. If you want to do it, go ahead, but I'll tell you,
want this
you're
horse?
far away from your mouth. A lot of these cosmetic stuff, character cosmetics is like one thing, because being able to see like your shoulder pads and your helms and your weapons, it's cool when you get cosmetics that look good. But for the mount, like, it's underneath your character for one, and whatever. If you want to do this, or if you want to support streamers,
cool.
I'm all for supporting fellow content creators. Do your thing. And if you're wondering, no, I'm not going to be a part of this. I don't really stream on Twitch. I prefer making YouTube videos. While I'm gaming, I kind of want to just be like shades drawn, lights off, no talking. Just focus on the game. That's what I like. And that's actually, if you're curious, if you used to watch my Twitch streams, that's pretty much why I don't stream anymore. I like gaming a lot more when I don't have to like put on a show. I don't all right, let's go on. Some more stuff here. Blizzard releases Diablo 4 live action trailer, and you know, it seemed to have a lot of downvotes. It was like a 3rd or something, or 4th, but I don't know. I thought this was actually pretty cool, fairly well done in my opinion for a live action video game trailer. How good can these really actually be? And you know, this is clearly aimed at like the mass market appeal. This is one of those things that you'd see like in a Super Bowl commercial. If we were around the Super Bowl, I feel like this is the kind of thing that would be there. For what it is, I thought it was decent, right? It's fine. Diablo 4 cross KFC promotions going on. Supposedly this will be starting on May 29th, where, I don't know, buying stuff at KFC, something related to KFC purchases, will get you some in-game cosmetics for D4. So the skins, what they were going to be, got leaked.
Buying
and
food
we actually
at KFC.
saw like a character model holding the thrumming axle, as it's called. Stuff looks fine, whatever. If you're going to buy KFC anyways, get your skins. Great. And then there's some Diablo-themed gaming gear, and not surprising, this happens with a lot of Blizzard games, but Secret Lab has a pair of Diablo 4-themed chairs, and then also SteelSeries is selling a mouse headset and mouse pad.
I'm just telling you, jeez, you don't gotta give me
that.
the face.
And that's gonna do it for this week's news covering D4. I just want to say, as we're wrapping up here, it's certainly not the case with every new game that's coming out.
Hide for the chairs.
Like, eagerly anticipating.
I need a new one.
I would say it happens at best a couple of times a year, where we got a game coming out that sort of rekindles that kid on Christmas feeling. Diablo 4 is one of those games. I say that with confidence.
Yes, it is.
I cannot wait for the launch next week. I have every intention of playing a lot of this game when it releases. You'll see some more coverage of me. It's not going to be every video, but I'm going to talk about the game, and I'll got my review coming out. I'll talk about the game periodically as things pop up in the community. Discussion points, I'll probably talk about that too. And that'll be mixed in with our usual variety, covering things like Throne of Liberty. What a mess that was. I just can't believe it. But whatever. D4 is coming out, and I'm very, very excited. Is everyone going to love it? No. Will it have issues? Of course it will. Am I going to be playing Diablo 4 for the rest of my life? Very doubtful. But
You've earned this, so hold it up high.
Play
You're
at
fans of the
25.
grind, of needing, flatness.
It's probably like a good
Because you
overall
know
view
saving
of
time is never
like
as important.
like a level
as
25 of
cherishing
what your guy
your
will be doing.
fighters.
You'll have like
This
most
is
of your
your
skills.
Medela, the
Not
mark
all
of
of them,
a
but
fighter.
a lot. Sick. Sick. No one talk to me while I'm gaming, okay? Can't wait to play fucking MMO. Can't wait. He's a bear. Look, babe. Babe. 6 bucks. Well, it's not even 6. It's 4 because your attack is 2 of them. Your amount. So it's not like you have that many like options of what you could be pushing. It's all like clicking. This one time? Okay. Oh yeah. I think it's like a werebear or werewolves. Werewolves. Like werebears and werewolves. That's what you're changing into. I think some other things as well. Like sick. Sick. Just dodging everything. Look at it. Who is this? That's good.
I'm not ready yet.
Damn, that thing hurts, no? Sweet. Yeah, basically. Like it's one with nature. You can shift into other animals. I'm pretty sure there's like a lightning build and stuff as well, where you're not really shifting too much. Like there's different builds. I think one build is like the shifting type of build, or other one is where you're like casting spells. Like lightning. We did a little build thing on it. I can go over after to see the other types of ways you could play this class. See, like you're in that form, you could do like spell casting and whatnot. Yeah, so this is a level 25 dungeon. Level 25. That slam is sweet.
I must wait.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're playing in a group, both could be fun. But if you're solo, I would think close combat in this type of game. I don't know, maybe just like AoE classes are good solo too. But we're going to be in a group for the most part. Leveling through these. I know if you get to like level 40, you have to do something solo. But for the most part, you're in a group. And they are harder and stuff, the mobs, when you have 4 people. They said there's microtransactions in the game, so there is some sort of like you're paying for something, but I don't think it's like pay to win. I don't think so. I think like Throne in Liberty, like that guy was talking about at the end of that video, which he said was a mess, was like a lot of like play to win aspects and just bad like things within the game that no one thought was going to be there. They have like an auto combat feature where you can leave your computer, shut your computer off and still play for 8 hours. I think, yeah, there's a lot of cosmetics, like microtransaction purchases. I don't think there's like food or anything like that that makes gear drop. Like, that shit's like pay to win. This place is fucking cool. Could be a tank too. Yeah, Ruins Games. Welcome everybody, welcome. It's just a little druid gameplay, level 25, doing a 25 dungeon. Then we'll go look at the spec and see the other things that it can do. We'll look at a couple of gameplay videos. See what we want to play for the release. Ooh. Dude, that was that was the game I was really looking forward to the most. Like, I was telling all the guys I used to play New World with, they were looking at it. Everyone was like hyped, like, yeah, when it comes out. Then it got delayed or whatever, but then they released like a closed beta, and everyone was just like, what the fuck are they doing with this game? They literally have, well, as I said, auto combat feature. You go offline, your guy farms for 8 hours. What do you mean? How is that an option in a game? And then you could just be on and have an auto like combat thing where your guy just fights for you, so you could just be sitting there and your guy's like doing all the stuff. You don't have to do anything. Oh, maybe, oh shit, you gotta push your heal button because you're getting hit a little bit, you know, but there's like auto combat. What? The most pointless, like, it's not a video game, alright, just like bots running around all over the place, like, farming in the best areas. Oh, that sounds fun. I want to go like to the boss, you know, and watch him fight like the end to see how it is. I don't need to watch the whole thing. That was it. Yeah. Didn't look like really a boss fight that took too long. So I think you get other spells as you shift. Like your power changes as you shift, it looks like. It's mostly a bear. That's how it's good. See how all the gear drops when you finish? This is a wolf build, it says. This was months ago.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Diablo 4 beta video. My name is Twice Tony. Today I will be bringing you another.
I think I did play it very
very
shortly.
Druid Nightwolf. So yeah, guys,
But not too long.
make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me at tree. So
This game just looks good, like the tree and everything. Like, look at this.
First off, let's start off with our basic. So we'll be running with brutal wolf packs, so all the wolves give us.
We'll go over that after.
And it's also our gap closer. Next is going to be your.
So he has
Bloodhound, which is our
multiple
defensive spell.
wolves with
Heals
him
us when
too.
we're low.
That's
Next is
pretty cool.
rabies, which we have to have a target to use it
He's
on.
using control too.
Next is wolves, which also require a target, but they just jump at an enemy and attack them. And next is our ultimate, lacerate. So I'll show you what the abilities do that require a
So he
target,
does have
so
his ultimate already
let's
at
just
level
start
25.
to get some mobs.
So that's basically all your skills for sure.
Okay, so there's our threefold combo there. So let's just keep farming up all these mobs.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, he takes them all on at once.
So there's rabies. So that green stuff will spread to enemies.
Oh, that's
Wolves
sweet.
So all those rabies will poison the enemy and pretty much give us bonus damage. So there you just saw my wolf companions lunge at the target.
Wow. Seem
That's
like
what
they
all
do more
wolves do.
damage and
So
like this.
let's clear the rest of the dungeon.
Oh,
Since
yeah, that'd be
we're,
great.
doing level 25 Hoarfrost Demise. We'll be
I'm not ready yet.
gathering up all these enemies to stack rabies.
Okay, so that's like a build, like rabies. You poison everything.
And we're just pretty much just fight all these goatmen.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Got our elite here. Our rabies.
Rabies just a spell? Oh, what's that?
Very nice. Okay, just so you guys know, the side quest
Myth
with the
Leon,
druid is
welcome, welcome,
unavailable
welcome.
in the beta with all this spirit
Just
offering
looking at
stuff.
some gameplay videos right now.
The druid spirits of the Lost Grove is only available in full release, so it's kind of locked because it's on the other part of the map, on the north side of the map. So gotta wait for full release to get a hold of that passive. So yeah, it's not like we're the Necromancer, you can just do the Golem quest, but you gotta wait until full release. So
What, this thing just destroys everybody? What is this thing? Well, what is this thing?
I'm just gonna use the lightning buff. Clear as many enemies as we can.
Oh, just a lightning buff. That was ridiculous. Just killing everything in one shot, just running through everything. So it's dungeon complete right there.
Nice. Okay, here's the boss fight.
Yeah, here's a boss
So
fight. Okay, let's look at this.
Abomination is a really strong boss, so you gotta be careful. He can one-shot you.
Can one shot you, he said. Doesn't even look like he's getting hit when he's hitting him, right? Is he dodging?
So you can tell that the werewolf like takes no fucking damage.
Yeah,
Because
like
of Blood Howl. Since we have like infinite sustain, like we can just like never die realistically. Because I killed a butcher with a werewolf, and the werewolf has some insane PvP potential. And it's really strong because of the rabies and poison.
so. Like he hasn't taken damage yet.
Bosses. So you can just see how crazy this build is. Unlike the bear, we have to stagger to deal damage. Very nice. So that was Horror Frost and Eyes with the werewolf.
Wow, this rabies build
So,
werewolf
guys,
thing is
I hope
ridiculous.
you enjoy the video and the shapeshifting skill tree of the werewolf. So I'll see you guys in my next video.
So we went all storm, but that was what? Rabies, he said? What the fuck's rabies? No, 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 no. Wolves. Okay. Here. Shapeshift to a werewolf form an infectious bite and target dealing 20% damage applying additional. That was just like the craziest build. Yeah, I think it could be run so many different ways so the class doesn't run just the way you just saw it there. Like we just watched the video and he was like basically a bear, where he even said like you have to stagger and stuff to like do damage, where this like he really wasn't like dying, he wasn't taking any damage. He was just like poisoning him and getting like damage reduction, he said, and like a blood something, like bloodlust that like siphons probably health to him or whatever, but he wasn't using any pots and he was just standing right in the guy's face. Yo, yo. Yeah, I'm so pumped for it. You gonna play? Man, I got some crazy bites on my ankle today. Oh God! How did he get this? Like that sound. Yeah, no worries. We're gonna have a bunch of levels there, and we'll come help people level and stuff if we could do that. Yes, yes. We got like 30 people. We have a little list going on the Discord. You know, we're gonna make a clan and everything like that. So you're definitely gonna play with us. No, this kid Lockett said he's away all summer. What a ridiculous. Yeah, get in Discord. Join us on Discord. So that rabies thing was really cool. For example, also increase over the lifetime of the disease, dealing 30% donors as max duration. 4 seconds. Rabies spreads 100 times faster. Like, how was he getting that siphon life, though, he was saying? No, no, no. 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 Definitely not that. Become immune and quickly dash 10 times between enemies in the area, dealing up to 400% damage. This is the ultimate. I think that's what he said he was using. Oh, heal. Each time lacerate deals a critical strike, heal for 3% maximum life. Okay, so that's definitely would be needed in that type of build. Can always start another one too. Yeah, we went to the Paragon as well. It's hard to really go into this because your gear will determine how much of this you have, which tells you which skills you can actually use. See, like, I don't even have 460 willpower, but when I have gear, I should have it with this spec, so I think. Don't know shit. Yeah, I was just chatting about you. Say you were going to be away all summer. Unbelievable. Where are you going? What are you doing? It's summertime. I need a nice big coffee. I was literally hitting golf balls like a professional golfer today. It was wild. It was wild. Like 300 yards. I'm not a big guy. I'm a small guy. I was hitting the ball like a fucking monster. It was wild. I'm gonna have to actually like stream it one day. I'll get like a hole in one and it'll be great. When you say working, what are you doing at the festival? What are you, like a dancer? What are you doing at the festival? Picking up chicks? That's what you're doing? That's your job for the summer? Yeah, tents. I know where the tents forming, you know what I'm saying? I set up tents. That's nice. Of course. What else are you going to do at a festival? I just pitched this tent. You want to come join me? Oh, God. It's amazing. Regardless of festival season. Of course. What are you, 19 years old, right? Mystify me. So, Miriam, what are you going to be this week? So, I know you're up in the morning. So, I know you're going to be my farming partner in the morning, like long term, when like the hype of being on all day like dies down. So, we're going to have a lot of farming to do. A lot of farming. Just like it's my fault with Unclaimed, with FIFA, it's my fault with you playing Diablo all day. It's just how it's going to be. Look at him. I actually... Look, watch. Watch the Discord. Watch the Discord. Ready? Look at his name. Look at his name and look what it says underneath. So I know every time he's playing FIFA. I just laugh. I said, you're just always playing FIFA, bro. Like, it's nuts. It's wild. It's information technician. Oh, man. That's good. That was fucking good, bro. So we actually looked at like most of the classes. Like we do the build for this. So we have 3 builds set up. We just looked at the Druid. I want to look at the Sorceress and the Necromancer because I really don't know much about them. So I want to look at them first. It's actually better, I think.
You've earned this.
Absolute
so hold it
broken.
up high. You're fans of the grind. You need it. Flat. Because you know saving time is never as
it's too
important
funny.
as cherishing it. You are fighters.
So addicting too. It's so addicting. Does he like football, like watching it and stuff, or not really? He seems to know his shit about it though. I want to do like a soccer show at the start of next season. I think it would be fun. The Necromancer looks cool. So the Necromancer, you're basically like summoning other mobs to come and fight with you. And doing obviously some spells, as you see, like a poison type of thing. Like blowing up everyone with AoE. It looks actually just like completely absurd. Is this the 25 dungeon? Yeah, the Frigid Haim. Yeah, this is the same thing the other guy was doing. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know, as you see, like... Oh, that would be... Dude, we actually are going to do that. Oh, my God, we're doing that. That's going to be the best thing ever. I totally forgot we have so many people that we should do that. Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe, man. But I can't tell you. I've never really done it. But like in 24, we like should all get it for the computer though. It's like just better to have it for the computer. You can use the remote, you know, but just get it for the computer. Yeah, no, I'm getting it for the computer because I want to stream it on the computer. You could just do so many more things. Probably actually runs faster and stuff with higher frames, like just for sure. Probably be fucking top 100. So if you're playing group play, I'm thinking like a Necromancer is a must. Yeah, if you're gonna go Necro, I might need you in my group. You know what I'm saying? At least I know you'll be able to hear me. You know what I mean? This looks cool though. Like I can coffee will not stay so close when I drink. Just have like so many like people fighting with you when you have these type of builds, and it looks like she blows up the ground and just kills everything in a second. You even get touched. Look at this. Look at this. Well, this is the lightning thing that kills everybody. And all those little red like balls are actual potions you could take. For sure, for sure. We'll do some raids. Anyone who's streaming will definitely raid if we got some nice streams going. Get some people boosted. You know what I mean? Sure, for sure. We're gonna do like a lot of like events, like PvP events and stuff like that, for like prizes. So if we actually get good at the game, might win some prizes. Might you know, people watch those events. You win, they'll start watching you. You know. And it's not like a game where you go play a shooter, and if you don't have the aim, you know, like, you're not going to be good. Like, this is like, you're pointing and clicking where you're going to be hitting. Oh, yeah. So we're doing a bunch of things next week. I'm going to be giving away 3 copies. 2 on Gleam. 1 the good old-fashioned way with points. And then I'm doing the raid thing as well, which would be gift cards if I get raided, as well as more copies. Unbelievable, this guy. Never here. Well, it's going to be for like 5 days. It's not going to be for 1 day. It's all happening on the 7th. Wait, sorry. I think it's the 6th. It's the 6th at I have to change it because they all got me messed up with the dates. But when they said the 2nd, it was at 7 p.m., but it's the 1st at 7 p.m., and everyone else is on the 2nd. We will miss you. Yeah, not even like we have a Discord. He doesn't send one picture from the festival. You know, he's setting up these tents. He's got a huge party he's at, and we don't even know what the fuck's going on. At least one picture. Where was it? Like, where was the festival exactly? Like, did you have to go somewhere, or was it like just close to where you live? Essex. Yeah, that's where he was, he said. Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot in Europe you just go on a train, you get somewhere, no problem. Bing bang boom. Pay $5. You know what I mean? If I want to go to take a cab right now to the city, which is 35 minutes away, it'll cost me $150. And I'm not exaggerating. Okay. That's not exaggerated. That's exaggerated? Go look right now. Go into the middle of the city. Tell me how much it is. I just said, see how much it is in the middle of the city. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'm curious, actually. Let's hear this. This thing just owns. Ooh, bound eye. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like there's like 10 different like guys following him around. Ads. How much? 160. She thought I said no shot. It's gonna be 150. It's 160. To go take a cab. How long? Yeah, it's 4:30 right now. 5:50? Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes. It's rush hour right now. It's Memorial Day, babe. That's why. Yeah, that's why it's 160. It's Memorial Day. See, there he goes. Let's go see it. My God, what kind of festival are you setting up, bro? Babe, look at this. Everyone has their phones out. There's not one person without their phones out. Look at this. Wild, actually, bro. Wild. How many people were there? Oh, Calvin Harris was there? Okay, that makes sense. That's a big one. That's big. Necro looks really cool. Let's try and see the spells, though. I'll pause it and see what spells he's using and just click through it and see what the spec is, because this was pretty cool. I think that people should really look to go this as well. It's pretty damn sweet. Jeez, 70,000 people? How much were how much was the ticket to go to something like that? Here's the boss. Let's see if he owns it. So all his ads are taking the damage right now. He's just absorbing. He did about already 25% damage. No, not yet. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I need more time.
250. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of dough. It's a lot of cheddar to make in a weekend. So what, the job just consists of being there, what, a day before, setting it up, and then after taking it all down? And then in between, you're just, what, making sure everything is upright?
You've earned this.
That's fucking
so
sweet.
hold it up high. You're fans of the grind.
450 for, is it? So, like, when you say, okay, it's a fun weekend, though, you know, like, yeah, you're doing work, but it's also just, like, you know, a lot of the time you're having a good time. And but like what? You just go back and forth every day, 2 hours? Or you like staying in a hotel? Or something?
Because you know saving time.
Yeah, for sure. That's good, though. Yep.
I know what we should do, babe. Instead of a hot tub, we put the camera when I'm cleaning.
Yeah, that's great.
Right?
It's the noise of the broom, actually, would be great. Shoo, 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 shoo. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. That's amazing. You get out of there, because I know what you're going to do under this. So go get out of there. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's cool. How many people do the work? Like, how many of you are doing that type of stuff? Yeah, it better be fucking nice. They just made like $1 million. Like, what do you mean? How much do they pay Calvin Harris? 150 grand? 200 grand? 7? It's not that bad. Trying to see other, like... Everyone hates Diablo 4. Why Diablo 4 is doomed. Uh-oh. Okay, so... I want to go back and look at that spells that they have. It looks like this hemorrhage was one of them, right? No. None of these, yeah, okay, this one was the one he was using. None of these? Doesn't look like he's using any of this. Not even Bloodlance. That's what he's using. Okay. So he probably has this. Decompose slow enemies for 30 seconds. Minions deal 10% of your damage. Obviously, anything like leveling, you want damage over anything else, especially if you're going to play in a group. There was only 7 of us, but the biggest festival one company doing is roughly 100 workers for 1,000 tents. Biggest festival has 210,000 people capacity, but in tents it's something like 32. Nah, this is cool stuff. This is like the stuff I like to talk about too. You know, it's a good breakup of like when you're doing the shit, you know, talk about other things. And it's cool, too. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, I figured 320. That's kind of wild. They're making a lot, man. What a business. I mean, crazy shit probably goes down in these places with that many people. Like, geez, man. Like, the amount of security you need and everything is probably wild. Your maximum essence is increased. That's probably big. Your score kills goes 3. Increase 5% more damage. Probably. It's just a lot of damage for leveling. Just burst. No, it's not Bloodlands. What's this? So your damage has up to a 4% chance to create a corpse on the target's location. The chance is doubled against bosses. Yes. No, of course not. There's like how many pre-sales too. Like, it's hard too, especially if you have a following of people already that, you know, usually are getting a specific number every single year. So. People doing that are definitely loaded, that's for sure. So definitely Blood Mist, which is lucky hit 9, 20% cooldown. Macabre, I don't know what that means, but blood. Disperse into a bloody mist, becoming immune for 3 seconds. Your movement speed is reduced by 20%. You periodically deal 2% damage to enemies and heal. That's just a sick spell. Overpowers. Blood Mist fortifies you to base life each. This is good too for solo. Like, this is a solo build. This is like damage build in a group, that's what we're building towards. Increase damage and life of your skeletal warriors, but this is probably big because you're going to be using a lot of them. Does he have corpse explosion? Yeah, that's what he has. I don't even think there's a... Is there no cooldown on it? This becomes a darkness skill, and instead of exploding, release a vial. Now you want this. You want to explode. Can consume a corpse. Could be we need this. Of course, it is. Imagine the stories you could get from one of those festivals. Okay, so it looks like he has this as well, which is Decrepify. Curse the target area. Enemies afflicted by Decrepify are slowed by 51% and deal 24% less damage. So yeah, it's definitely a good like solo type of build. That's what he's doing here. He's soloing. So like we don't even need to take this. We could probably take something. Curse the target. Enemies afflicted by more time they deal direct. Wait. Enemies afflicted by Iron Maiden take 10% damage each time they deal direct damage. Lasts 10 seconds. I mean, how many skills do I have right now? It's 3, right? 1. No, 2, 3. I only have 3 right now. He doesn't use any of these. He uses this. Not even that. What are the 2 corpse things? See the 2 blue? Where are the blue ones? I don't know what those are. It's not Paragon. You can't have Paragon. Oh, Tyler, thank you for the sub. Woo! Look, it tells you nice. 3 months. 3 months. 2-month streak. Loving it. Thank you, brother. Increase damage for your golem. I'm confused what these spells are. Oh, here's one, I think. Doesn't look like that. Maybe they changed them? Maybe it is this and they just like changed what it is? Yeah. Call forth the deep buried dead. Volatile skeletons emerge for the next 7 seconds that explode when around enemies. Yeah, I mean, like, Looks like it's just a different graphic at this point. After you have not taken damage in the last 3 seconds, your minions gain 50% attack speed. Yeah, sure. Of course. Of course. So there's like 3 different specs where there's darkness, blood, and then bone. And bone is probably more direct damage. Fire 3 bone splinters dealing 8% damage. Each enemy hit by the same cast of bone splinter, you gain 1% essence. And then bone spear could draw a bone from the ground, dealing 80% and piercing through enemies. Then bone prison, cooldown 20 seconds. Unearth a prison of bone with X life that surrounds the target area for 6 seconds. Kind of like the bone shit. Sounds pretty cool. You know, everyone's going to be going the... If you're going necromancer, you're like going the... You know, skeletons and all that kind of stuff. And like blood. But I would be cool to see this. Let's see. Bone. Alright, is that what it says here? These are cool. This might be a cool video.
Online role-playing game for you and your friends.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally drawing near because Diablo 4's launch day is just around the corner. But before you embark on this epic journey, it's crucial to choose the right character class for you. Today we're going to be going over the Necromancer's biggest class features, its strengths and weaknesses, the Necromancer's unique class mechanic, as well as displaying a brief skill showcase of the class's abilities, the awesome transmog and appearance options, some effective gameplay builds to get you started come launch day, and the legendary effects of the Necromancer's Paragon board and amazing unique items to give you a great sense of multiple gameplay styles and what the class would look like in the end game. I hope you all are ready because today we're looking at the Necromancer's final look in Diablo 4 to get you ready for launch day. The Necromancer in Diablo 4 will feel both familiar and new to those who have played this class in prior Diablo franchise games. You can summon countless undead minions and golems to accompany you, all while hurling curses, casting dark magic through corruption, bone, and blood, destroying all those who dared to oppose you. Moving on to the strengths and the weaknesses of the Necromancer, no matter what build type you plan on playing, they are all incredibly balanced when it comes to damage, and no build type lags behind in this department. The Necromancer also has some incredible defensives and utility options to make them very durable as well as being very effective in group play, whether it be from your curses or your powerful Blood Mist ability. You also have access to your minions, or you could sacrifice them to help you immensely in combat. If you go full-on minion summoning build, you could literally have an army to follow you around. Now, easily one of the biggest weaknesses of the Necromancer is the fact that they are by far the most immobile class in the entire game. They have absolutely no gap closer or abilities to make you traverse a great distance. This class can also seem a bit complicated at times, whether it comes from managing how many minions you have out and active, laying down curses, using corpse explosion, and corpse tendrils properly. It's not an easy class to just pick up and handle. Now, the Necromancer's unique class mechanic is called the Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead allows you to customize each of your minion types individually to grant a wide variety of bonuses.
So that's sick. So you have a Book of the Dead. Necromancer and unique class mechanics in Diablo 4. Unique class mechanics in Diablo 4 are class-exclusive systems that offer additional ways to customize your class further. These systems are also deeply entwined with class fantasy and try to provide an immersive gameplay experience. The Necromancer's unique class mechanics is the Book of the Dead, an all-new ability allowing them to dominate the battlefield with deeper customization of their undead army than they ever before. 3 customizable summons: skeletal mages, warriors, mages, and golem. Each summon has 1 to 3 specializations. Skeletal warriors can be skirmishers, defenders, or reapers. Skirmishers are standard warriors but have increased damage and reduced health. Defenders have bonus health. Reapers have slower attacks, deal damage, that's so cool, and an AoE in front of them, and have a special wind-up attack that deals a high amount of damage. Each specialized minion in the army has a unique upgrades available to them to change their overall playstyle. Cool. Sick. It's good that they have some customization. It's just like you click a button and it happens, you know? Sacrifice the ability to summon a specific unit in exchange for a personal permanent buff. With this, players can mix and match, having none, some, or all the possible summon units while still having relevant options to enhance their builds. Cool. Cool. The Necromancer sounds fucking cool. Hope to have some other guides. Yeah, this is a cool guide. This is the best guide I've seen so far, and it's
like either dealing more melee damage, being more tanky to soak up some
wait,
damage.
you said you sent the video. Let's see what this video is first. Oh shit! Babe, look at this clip. That's actual Tyler jumping around the back, probably. That's sick. That's sick.
As well as even more effects. Each specialized minion in the army has unique upgrades available to them to change their overall playstyle. You can even sacrifice a specific unit in exchange for a personal permanent buff. With this, players can mix and match having no minions at all to make you a supercharged monster, or all the possible summoned units while still having relevant options to enhance their build. Alright, now
welcome,
to give you a better
Tysra.
sense of gameplay, we're going to show you some of the best Necromancer builds that were tested out in all 3 beta weekends to give you a couple of the highest rated options for you come launch day. Now, of course, there are other options out there when it comes to builds. This just gets you started if you want something quick, easy, and effective. Now, firstly, starting off with the straightforward and very effective Summoner Necromancer build. This build is all about being the true minion master the Necromancer is.
This is the minion master. See, I didn't see those, but he'll explain.
The whole idea is to have as many minions as you possibly
it's
can
going
have
great.
active,
Getting ready
and then
for
amplifying
Diablo.
their damage and effectiveness as much as you can, while debuffing the enemy to increase their damage even more. The caster range DPS summoner focuses on grabbing Decompose, as well as Blight to cast shadow damage over time effects, as well as amplifying your minion damage with these abilities as well. From there, you grab passive talents on your skill tree that makes your darkness skills amplify your minion damage even more, as well as stunning enemies and bringing you bonuses that really help shadow damage over time effects. Now, if you'd rather focus on being more up close and personal with summoning minions, there's definitely an option for that as well. You focus on grabbing Reap as well as Sever or even Blood Search to deal some amazing area of effect damage with it being paired with Overpower. You can also grab Thorns in your talent tree to make you and your minions reflect damage, as well as increase your damage reduction while you are nearby your minions, being the ultimate dark leader that is up close and personal. This build really gives you that Death Knight feel if you've ever played World of Warcraft, and it brings such an awesome class fantasy. Next up, we have the Bone Necromancer. This build was solid through all beta testing weekends, and is a fantastic choice for a ranged DPS.
Oh wow, he's saying Bone is good.
You have amazing single target damage with Bone Splinters and Bone Spear.
That's cool.
Piercing and AoE damage with Bone Spear and Corpse Explosion, and some good survivability with Bone Storm's damage reduction, as well as having Blood Mist and your minions to soak up some damage. All around, this build is a very solid choice, and the only thing it does lack is some utility. But I have heard some wise people say, why would I need utility when everything around me is already dead?
Yes,
well,
that's
this
true.
build kind of follows that formula. There are also different variations where you can run Bone Spirit as well. You know, toss out those Bone Spirits that can absolutely destroy elites and bosses if you have enough skill points to upgrade and fully utilize that build. This is one of the more higher performing builds in the game as of right now, and is going to have a very consistent and smooth playthrough as you're completing the main story. Okay, now to give you a taste of what you could be looking forward to when it comes to the Necromancer in the endgame, we're going to show you their Paragon Board legendary powers and unique items, which will drastically improve builds and be a ginormous part of your experience in Diablo 4. Now, all this information that we found is data mined and leaked, and the developers actually haven't officially released yet, so minor percentages and details can be changed. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Paragon Board is a feature that unlocks at level 50 and is going to be a very major part of Diablo.
Really not going to go too much into Paragon boards because it's something like later on for everyone has to really get through the first 50 levels. This is a little bit in depth, you know, where when we start hitting the level 50, we'll go over really what we should be doing within these trees. Nah, I'm starting on the second. We have a bunch starting on the second. Sorry, if I'm looking at my phone, I just got some little work things I gotta do. But the necromancer look cool. Yeah. It's the old B. 7 p.m. Eastern. We're starting. We'll probably start the stream maybe an hour early. We'll get ready for it. And then there's no sleep. I'm probably going to sleep all day. I'm going to just, like, I don't know. Sleeping all day. All day long. In the bed. Don't move. No golf. No nothing. Yeah, no, it's fun to, like, go into it, though. You know what I mean? Like, actually look at what they're trying to do and how you can really make these, like, builds, like, in the future. Like, okay, really, like, a tank or a, you know, real DPS, AoE. Like, there's all different things that... It's also good to, like, what you want to play, like, long-term, like, at endgame. But you get a gist of, you know, the characters through level... 50 of what it's going to be. You know, you're a druid, you're shape-shifting, you're a necromancer, you're summoning guys and, blowing up everything. You're a rogue, you're up close, using daggers or swords, stealthing, flying around, being evasive, doing, like, big crits. Sorcerer, we haven't really looked. That's the next thing we're going to look. I haven't really seen much gameplay besides Flora playing next to me. But that's the next thing we'll look into. But the necromancer, the bone looks fun too. Like a direct damage, like clicking and aiming, like those. There's like 3 projectiles and a 1 projectile. Says it's good. I like to go like specs that people are gonna go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Diablo 4's endgame.
Do you have any
You get
gameplay
4
here?
Paragon points to a very drastic boost in power to your character over.
So they don't give you like skills. Not skills, like intelligence or willpower. I thought it was on the gear. And if you look down below, like an item sell value is 212,000 to like a vendor, which is a lot. The respec's supposed to be like 500,000 or something. I don't know, something like that. So 13.5 damage for 4 seconds after picking up a blood orb. What? Blood orb on the floor? A free bone spirit is spawned, dealing bonus damage based on your current life percent. Oh, that's for a rogue. That's for a sorcerer. Oh, these are like... The gear is so cool that it's like this.
Overall, whether it be with dealing increased damage with a larger radius per additional corpse consumed. Also increasing the rank of corpse explosion and damage to healthy enemies, making it great for a corpse explosion build. Next up, we have the two-handed scythe Bloodless Scream. Your darkness skills now chill enemies up to 40%. It also gives you lucky...
Are you going to be playing Paglamia? Are you rocking this game or what?
Hit, your
we got almost 30 people playing.
Chance to generate additional essence against frozen targets.
If I ever have one stream when there's less than 30 people, I'm going to be very upset.
To chilled and frozen enemies. This brings you crowd control that you desperately need as a darkness casting necromancer. After that, we have the Amulet Death Speaker's Pendant. Blood Surge casts a mini nova on your minions, and damages increased by 10% per target drained by the initial cast.
I wanted to see some. What was the bone special here? It was Bone Spirit. Consumes all your essence to conjure a spirit of bone that seeks enemies. Upon reaching an enemy, the spirit explodes, dealing 80% damage to target and all surrounding enemies. Damage decreased by 3% for each point of essence spent casting Bone Spirit. The Bone Storm is the ultimate. A swirling storm of bones appears around you and your golem, dealing 100%, 180% to surrounding enemies over 10 seconds. And then use that. Okay. Let's go look at a sorceress. It's the last one we have to look at. I want to look at the rogue again, too. Go look at a video of it. We'll look at all the 25, level 25 videos. They both look good, though. The Necromancer looked like it was really powerful. To me, it looked more powerful than the Druid, to be honest with you. The Druid looked like it took a little bit longer to kill all its mobs. It didn't really have any struggles, like it was going to die. Just the Rogue. And just going over like builds and stuff over the past couple of days here and there, so got a couple of them built out. These have to change too because I'm missing a skill. Yeah, like when I say it, it's just a 25 level, so I don't think that there's any underpowered or overpowered class in terms of it, because there's just really no information for us to know it. Like later on is the only time it matters. You know, you're going to get to level 50 and it doesn't matter how it levels, you know. So I would say play everything, and everything's going to have its, you know, pluses and minuses to it. That's just how these games are. Play like the style that you would want to play. So like this is more like melee. You can throw things and you can be ranged on like every class. There's like a melee and ranged aspect to it. You know, they do that pretty well. But it's like two-handed weapons, one-handed weapons, dual wielding. Like a lot of AoE around him. He could also be a tank. Like the tanking classes are these two, like the support tank classes. And the druid looked like it was pretty OP when it was like just sitting there tanking the actual boss as a wolf. Wasn't even a bear. And again, I don't think these instances are that hard, or dungeons at 25. I think the barbarian might start off slow too, but I think that's what I'm going to go. I'm going to go with tanking barbarian. Just tank everything. But at the start, you want to really try and do like leveling builds. But let's look at a video of the sorcerer. High level. That was 5 months ago. I won 5 months ago. These are the kids, right? Yeah.
Your bug spray should take out bugs. Not
Kids that we
just
watched
people.
before. I like them.
Unlike other sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in just seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people.
Baby, you're gonna have to light that.
Zevo, people friendly, bug deadly.
We have two here, though. It's good.
Experience the magic of a digital key with the Hyundai Tucson.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally drawing near, because Diablo 4's launch day is just a sorcerer's unique class mechanic, as well as displaying a brief skill showcase of the class abilities, the awesome transmoggot appearance options, some effective gameplay builds to get you started come launch day, and the legendary effects of the Sorcerer's Paragon board, and amazing unique items to give you a great sense of multiple gameplay
cool
styles and what the class would look like.
Baby, this is
in the
a
end game.
sorceress.
I hope you all are ready, because today we're looking at the Sorcerer final look in Diablo 4 to get you ready for launch day. The Sorcerer is the master of the elements. It offers a high damage caster playstyle equipped with various elements to destroy and manipulate their foes through ice, fire, and lightning spells. Their use of arcane and magic offers them plenty personal utility as well as damage to make them a strong caster playstyle. Starting off with the strengths of the Sorcerers, they have a very strong AoE with a ton of their abilities in their toolkit being based around area of effect damage
They
as
have a
well as
teleport,
burning over
too.
time. Their frost spells create great crowd control with slowing down enemies in general, as well as freezing them if you stack it enough. They're provided with decent mobility with teleport, and they have a very efficient farming with placeable skills and burst AoE like summoning hydras as well as blizzards to keep dealing
Cool.
damage in mass amounts all on the go. As you can assume, some of their biggest weaknesses include their mana management, because a mage without mana does a lot less damage. Also, if you aren't built around a heavy cooldown reduction build, you are one of the squishiest classes and most fragile in the game.
Most
because
fragile
you won't have your
class.
shields up a lot. And lastly, they have very limited team utility outside of crowd control, not bringing any buffs or anything like.
So for people who are new, that's probably the last class you'd want to play. Anything that's squishy that you could die pretty easy. Because there are casting classes. Yeah, it is like the only one that has like the fire, ice, and stuff like that. So I get it if you want to be, but it's probably the hardest class to even like solo around, in which, yeah, we're going to be in groups, but yeah, glass cannon.
Like that in particular to the table. The
We'll see
sorcerer's
how
unique
bad
class
like the mana
mechanic
management
is
is
the
too.
enchantment system. This allows you to take your
Ooh.
skills in your skill tree and use them for a passive effect to bolster and deepen your build. A couple examples of this are Flame Shield enchantment passive, where Flame Shield automatically activates when you're hit by a blow that would kill you, making you immune for 2 seconds, pretty much giving you a very strong cheat death ability, as well as Ice
Oh, that's
Blade's
cool.
enchantment passive. With every 20 seconds you spend in ability cooldowns, you summon a free Ice Blade, just absolutely summoning tons of Ice Blades out there. So these passives can definitely deepen your build and give you
Oh,
a
wow.
very immense amount of customization when it comes to the sorcerer class. Alright, now to give you a better sense of gameplay, we're going to show you some of the best sorcerer builds that were tested out in all 3 beta weekends, just to give you a couple of the highest rated options for you to play come launch day. Now, of course, there are other options out there when it comes to builds. This is just to get you started if you
Ooh.
want something quick, easy, and effective. Starting things off with the Frost Sorcerer. This was a spec that honestly surprised a ton of people in the Server Slam weekend, including myself. The patch right before the testing weekend stated that Ice Shards, which is the Frost Sorcerer's main source of damage, got buffed significantly from having a 15% chance to ricochet to targets all the way up to 40% chance, and it's a massive difference. The build's primary focus is taking mostly frost-based skills on your talent tree, chilling and freezing enemies, and just completely wiping the screen clean of them with your Ice Shards, turning into an area of effect ability with its enchantment passive. If you don't know, the enchantment passive for Ice Shards shoots out Ice Shards automatically for every enemy that is frozen. Combine that with the increased ricochet chance, you have an ability that can deal immense single target damage as well as area of effect damage, allowing you incredible versatility in your build for abilities that are for, you know, either defensive or bringing additional utility. You also have one of the strongest ultimates in the game with Deep Freeze, giving you the ability to pretty much wipe your slate clean no matter what situation you're in, making you invulnerable for a short duration, as well as freezing enemies the second you come out of Deep Freeze to then destroy them all over again with your Ice Shards. The constant amount of slows and freezes this class brings, as well as immense DPS and high mobility with teleport, makes it an obvious choice for being one of the best specializations heading into launch day. Moving along now to the Lightning Sorcerer. There are 2 different versions to build the Lightning Sorcerer, and the first is going to be your basic ranged build where you're running Spark and Chain Lightning, spawning as much crackling energy from afar as you can. And then what you would do is you would teleport in to collect all that crackling energy to deal massive damage. Recently, there was a nerf to Chain Lightning, however, it still remained strong as its damage was still really good. And the fact that it bounced automatically to other enemies made it an effective cast and forget AoE spell. Combining this with the Fireball enchantment passive, you can cast a couple Chain Lightnings and the entire room would be cleared up from enemies for the most part. Combining this with the Fireball enchantment passive, you can cast a couple Chain Lightnings and the entire room would be cleared up of enemies, bringing you incredible AoE damage. On the other side, you have Arc Lash as well as Charge Bolts, being used together in a build as almost like a melee type of build. This is going to be your up-close and personal sorcerer build, using Charge Bolts almost as like a shotgun-like ability to deal massive AoE damage up close and stunning enemies with Arc Lash. We do recommend grabbing a couple defensive skills if you are going to run this build, as the sorcerer is an incredibly fragile class. This build in particular is going to perform a lot better later on in the game when you get a lot more passives and legendaries to increase your survivability, as well as increasing your damage to enemies that are closer to you in general. All in all, the Lightning Sorcerer is engaging, fun, and thrives in killing rooms full of enemies in just a matter of a few seconds. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Paragon board is a feature that unlocks at level 50 and is going to be a very major part of Diablo 4's endgame. You get 4 Paragon points each time you level up past level 50, and you could spend them on tiles to further progress your character. Tile benefits range from minor stat boost increases, Casting Fireball or Meteor increases the critical strike charge. Stunning, you have. If you don't know when it comes to the end game of whether it be while channeling Incineration, every increases your damage and collecting crack passive.
Gear.
This also grounds and also increases of massive AoE damage and super flashy abilities with a high skill cap. There's no doubt the Sorcerer can easily be your main. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are also doing a giveaway for a free copy of Diablo 4, which we will announce near the end of May, right before launch. So if you guys are interested, please be sure to check the link in the bio.
Nice
to
little
see
giveaway.
You can earn a free copy for yourself. And
We
we
should
also
join
have
them.
an
We should
official
raid them,
Comeback
for
Kids
sure.
Diablo 4 Discord server with almost 1,000 people in there talking and chatting every single day about Diablo. So if you want to join a fun, happy, and positive community for Diablo 4, be sure to click the link in the bio
1,500
as well.
people.
I want to thank you all so much for
Sweet.
watching this video. It's an absolute pleasure to be making content for you
This
all.
kid's awesome.
Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
Kid's fucking awesome. I just went to their Discord. What's my role? Barbarian. Barbarian is the most clicked on this, guys. Then I think Source. One second, I'm just reading that. Okay, here it is. Nice. Main channel. Wow, that's very active right now. Good. Yeah, it's good.
Your freeze duration on enemies as well. To wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, if you love massive AoE damage and super flashy abilities with a high skill cap, there's no doubt the Sorcerer can easily be your main. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are also doing a giveaway for a free copy of Diablo 4, which we will announce near the end of May, right before launch. So if you guys are interested, please be sure to check the link in the bio to see how you can earn a free copy for yourself. And we also have an official Comeback Kids Diablo 4 Discord server with almost 1,000 people in there talking and chatting every single day about Diablo. So if you want to join a fun, happy, and positive community for Diablo 4, be sure to click the link in the bio as well. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. It's an absolute pleasure to be making content for you all. Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
Good stuff. Where are his other videos? Leveling builds view. This is good too for us to watch. 120. It's live. 125 are watching.
Still could be effective for Lightning Storm. I've seen a lot of people run that. Damage on primary resource. And attacking enemies will base skill increase the damage of your next core skill by 5 to 10%. Good. All of it's good. Interesting choice. You don't need Storm Strike either. I've seen a lot of people run Wind Shear. Storm Strike is my favorite. It has my vote for the best ability, basic ability in the game. Damage reduction, immobilize, and vulnerability all in one option, and it generates a crap ton of spirit. Yeah, checks all the boxes for me. More damage, more cost, lightning, 5 out of 5. We're grabbing Cyclone with the knocked back vulnerability.
First 150 members join the 25 slots available in his clan. So he's got 100 people.
He's
huge guild. I'm gonna tell him to raid us for sure. Message him right now. Good stuff. Ooh, shouldn't have done that. Come back, kids. I'm gonna look at the rogue too. Nice, 72k views, 55k views. This is real good stuff. Really good stuff.
We're back with special guests.
I just told them on Discord that their videos are awesome.
Morning Drive Radio in New York, Elvis Duran. Learn how Alex and Elvis turned their personal journey with cancer into substantial benefits for others who will walk the same path. Give it a listen.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally drawing near because Diablo 4's launch day is just around the corner. But before you embark on this epic journey, it's crucial to choose the right character class for you. Today, we're going to be going over the Rogue's biggest class features, its strengths and weaknesses, the Rogue's unique class mechanic, as well as displaying a brief skill showcase of the class abilities, the awesome transmog and appearance options, some effective gameplay builds to get you started come launch day, and the legendary effects of the Rogue's Paragon board, and amazing unique items to give you a great sense of multiple gameplay styles and what the class could look like in the endgame. I hope
Let's
you're all
hope.
ready
I'm okay with
today
that.
we're looking at the
MJ,
Rogue's final look in Diablo
are you playing?
4.
Do we go over this already? Got it. Let's hope. Let's hope the servers don't blow up when the fucking game comes out, 'cause you know it's gonna be nuts.
With both ranged and melee abilities and access to stealth, traps, and a decent defensive kit, the highly mobile Rogue is formidable in both group and solo content. The Rogue is well able to take on pretty much whatever is thrown at them in whatever form a player may prefer, and with enough variety that a different build can almost feel like an entirely different class.
I'm hearing some
it can
good
come
things
from
too.
Stealth and shadows to bows and traps to poison or ice. The Rogue is in and out, a job well done. And the Rogue's unique resource is energy. The energy resource is very powerful because you don't actually have to start out a fight building up your resource, unlike the Barbarian. And it also regenerates passively. So while it's regenerating, you can plan your next moves and plan ahead. Moving on to some of the strengths and weaknesses of the Rogue is a very fast class. Rogues have multiple movement skills that allow them to zip around the battlefield, but they do have access to things also like slow, chill, freeze, and stun, crowd control effects, all at their disposal. That way you can lock enemies down. Rogues are also a jack of all traits. You can use straightforward attacks, you can lay down traps, you can slow down enemies, or you can simply just
so you're going to be the expert.
Or blow.
Are you going to be playing on launch or what? Like, are you going to be playing on the first? I need people who are going to play 24 hours, you know what I mean? Alright, we got to power level you, no worries. No big deal,
Them up with heavy
power
damage
leveling
with your imbuements, whether you're ranged or melee. Moving on to some of the weaknesses, the Rogue is very squishy. The only real defensives they have is Dark Shroud, which reduces the damage you take by 50%, reducing by 10% every time you get hit. And then lastly, you have your natural dodge chance, which comes from your dexterity. So they definitely are one of the most fragile classes in the game. Another thing is that the Rogues do require positioning and setups to be the most effective they can be. So if you aren't able to debuff your enemies or use certain skills because you're out of range, then your damage is going to drop off a cliff completely. Now the rogue
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest for like the newer players, probably rogues and sorcerers. Probably better off playing other classes.
When it comes to the rogue's unique class mechanic, it is the class specialization system, and this opens up at level 15. The rogue's unique class mechanic is very versatile and can be even swapped during combat. You have 3 different options, and your first one is going to be combo points. This is going to cause your basic skills to generate combo points, and then your core skills consume them for extra effects. Moving on, you have Inner Sight, which marks a nearby enemy around you, and attacking the marked enemy fills up your Inner Sight gauge.
Just
when your
destroyed
Inner
that
Sight
guy.
gauge is full, you gain unlimited energy for 4 seconds. The final one is going to be Preparation. Every 100 energy you spend reduces your ultimate skill's cooldowns by 4 seconds. Using an ultimate skill resets the cooldowns of your other skills. Alright, now to give you a better sense of gameplay, we're going to show you some of the best rogue builds that were tested out in all 3 beta weekends, to give you a couple of the highest rated options for you to play come launch day. Now, of course, there are other options out there when it comes to builds. This is just to get you started if you want something quick, easy, and effective that was tested out. The melee rogue in particular is an incredibly flashy class that just feels so satisfying whether you blow up the room with shadow imbuement or just crush elites and bosses with flurry. Now there were some concerns overall about its survivability, but the 3% heal per critical strike paired with flurry, dark shroud, and your natural dodge made you a lot more tanky than anticipated.
So they said there's 3 melee rogue builds: the Twisting Blades, Leveling, Flurry Traps, and Twisting Blades bosses.
There are generally 2 routes you want to go with the melee rogue, either a high mobility rogue with great AoE damage with a Twisting Blade build, or an absolute boss shredder with flurry. Either way, the rate at which this class flies through dungeons is really just
Flurry's
uncomparable.
needed in groups.
It is a bit difficult to get used to with all the movement and setting up tactical gameplay, but overall, it's incredibly rewarding. The big concern is their real lack of group utility, though, as a melee rogue. Compared to the
so
Ranger,
there's not a lot of group
it's quite
utility.
a big difference, which might cause issues in the end game. There are some great poison and death trap combos to help set up some big AoE burst windows for your team, but overall, the group support is severely lacking other than Smoke Bomb, which would force your team into a melee cleave situation. Moving on to the range rogue, it is really in a fantastic spot overall. It has that immense burst to just clear out a room in seconds with barrage or pen shot paired with shadow imbuement. And for more of those single target encounters, you have rapid fire and poison imbuement paired with your immense natural mobility makes you a perfect range DPS for boss encounters. Rather than the melee rogue, the ranger typically has some great group utility with having 2 charges of caltrips, amplify your damage and chill your targets, triple imbuement rain of arrows to literally wipe a screen clean if you need to, and you can just pretty much add about anything the melee rogue does, just a slight step ahead. Overall, melee is going to struggle a lot in DPS on bosses compared to range in Diablo 4, due to range having an easier time on prepping things and dodging mechanics a lot easier, rather than melee being usually forced to get hit by something. The biggest issue with range rogue is that it is quite gear and level reliant to even start to feel powerful. It's very dependent on vulnerabilities, attack speed, and critical strikes, which really aren't that easy to come by on a random account. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Paragon board is a feature that unlocks at level 50 and is going to be a very major part of Diablo 4's endgame. You get 4 Paragon
that's what I was
points each time
playing
you level
when
up
I
past
did
level
play.
gateway nodes, which are rogue Paragon board legendary. Your cutthroat skills 25% hybrids. You have lay rack, and here is percent. You spend damage, and increasing in Diablo 4, it's pretty much going to be very important in the end game. So now let's dive right into the rogue unique armor and weapons instantly. Next up, we have the Butt Hit, where damaging a vulnerable quarry for a trap, a class that has a high skill cap and some crazy versatility. It's no doubt that the rogue is going to be your main choice. I hope this exclusive first look for the rogue and all of its features and leaks got you one step closer to choosing your main character. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are also doing a giveaway for a free copy of Diablo 4, which we will announce near the end of May, right before launch. So if you guys are interested, please be sure to check.
Want a worry-free way to kill bugs? Zevo traps use light to attract and trap flying insects with no odor and no mess. They work continuously, so you don't have to. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster? With Wix, you can edit your meta tags page by page or all in one go. Modify your URLs, inspect all of them in one click, and more. Save time,
Seeing if these guys have a Twitch.
with SEO on Wix.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally drawing near because Diablo 4's launch day is just a Barbarian's biggest class features, its strengths and weaknesses, the Barbarian's unique class mechanic, as well as displaying their enemies and arsenal of mighty weapons at their disposal. These huge Northern Berserkers have a well-earned reputation for ferocity and relentlessness in battle. For players who enjoy going toe-to-toe with their enemies in close melee combat, the Barbarian fulfills every aspect of this amazing class fantasy.
Ooh.
The Barbarian's feature include having the Rage resource, which you build up by using your basic skills, and spend the Rage on using devastating attacks, as well as the Berserker buff, which grants bonus damage and movement speed passively for the Barbarian. Moving on to the strengths and the weaknesses of the Barbarian, the first one has to be the Berserker buff. It is one of the greatest strengths of the Barbarian because it can give you a solid amount of damage, as well as movement speed just to increase your viability in combat overall
Arsenal
if
system.
you get it up and running. The Barbarian is also very tanky. The strongest abilities in their kit are based on increasing their defensive capabilities, as well as survivability and buffing your teammates with shouts as well. Overall, the Barbarian is one of, if not the most tanky class in Diablo 4. The Barbarian also has lots of benefits from carrying multiple weapons. This includes legendary aspects as well as affixes to give you a wide variety of buffs just from your weapons passively. Now, one of the biggest problems with the Barbarian is that it is very Fury dependent. And another issue that goes hand in hand with that is that they start off a fight with absolutely zero Fury. So the first few seconds in a fight, you're just building up Fury and it does feel quite clunky. Now, the Barbarian's abilities and cooldowns are all very strong, but they take a very long time to actually recharge and come back for availability, which causes some issues as well. They also do struggle early game with being very...
The only class I had to, like, really complain about is the one I was going to play. Like, really negative, you know, like... Let's see what people say in this chat. Let's sorry. Main Diablo chat. Where's the chat that we were just in? Oh, here. Seeing if these guys have like a Twitch or anything.
Very
like that.
dependent on gear as well as legendary aspects compared to most classes in Diablo. The Barbarian's unique class mechanic is the arsenal system. This allows the Barbarian to equip 4 weapons at the same time, benefiting from all 4 weapons as a stat stick, you know, using all their affixes, their legendary effects, and more. You can assign different weapons to different skills, which can benefit your character once you acquire more powerful weapons in your playthrough. So, for example, if you get a 2-handed sword that is a lot stronger than your 1-handed weapons, you can swap your skills to use your 2-handed sword instead to benefit you greatly, giving you a very big power spike. Alright, now to give you a better sense of gameplay, we're going to show you some of the best Barbarian builds that were tested out in all 3 beta weekends to give you a couple of the highest rated options for you to play come
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and I'm always going to have, like, Flora with me and other people, like, always with another person. So I think, like, a Barbarian is a good class to always have in those groups. Like, yeah, solo, for sure, it might be a little slow. But whatever, it might be a challenge. That's fine. But endgame is really what I care about. That's why I kind of like that arsenal system and that you can like use skills that I guess were for different weapons with that weapon.
You started if you want something quick,
that customization seems pretty cool.
Starting off with my favorite variations of
so
builds
instead of
for
like
the
saying, "Oh,
Barbarian
two-handed
is
sword,
going
you
to
can use
be
this, this,
the
this, this, and
bleed
this." It's like you can
Barbarian.
really use
the first
anything.
bleed variation is going to be based off of Flay as well as Rend. These 2 abilities on their own deal great area of effect damage, and they absolutely chunk bosses as well as elites' health bars over a short period of time. The reason why I love this build in particular so much is that the basic and core abilities have so much damage baked into them. You can run defensive and utility-based abilities throughout the rest of your kit and be just fine in the damage department. What makes
That's
the
cool,
Barbarians so
then.
strong is their incredible defensives and shout abilities. And if you could run a build that allows you to play based around this concept, you're going to have a very successful Barbarian build. So the most
That's what I
basic and
wanna do.
effective build you can find with the Barbarian that is very straightforward is you're going to be running your Rend and Flay, as well as grabbing all the shouts possible. There are also skills and passives along your tree that heal you per shout you have activated. And this also stacks, so if you have 3 shouts active with 3% healing per shout activated, that's 9% healing per second for anywhere between 8 to 10 seconds, which is pretty much your entire health bar. Your next variation is going to be using Frenzy as well as Whirlwind, because Whirlwind got significant buffs over the last patch when it comes to damage.
That's good.
Now, this build deals significant damage to elites and
Yeah,
minion
no, I think
monsters,
so, and I'm going to
but
be
it does
always
struggle a
on, so I
bit
think
with
that's why I want to
boss
be like that
encounters.
tanky
So grabbing
kind
an
of
ultimate
guy.
ability for your pure damage is definitely going to be the way to go here. Overall, though, both of these builds are very straightforward, easy, and are definitely outperforming everything else when it comes to the Barbarian as of right now. Next up, you have the Shouts and Thorns build. Now, this isn't going to be the most fun build out there, but boy, is it effective if you get it down
this might be
right.
cool.
The build focuses on grabbing Thorns talents all over your tree and souping the amount of reflected damage you deal to its absolute maximum. Then you grab all the utility abilities to empower yourself to be able to take those hits, taunt the enemies to attack you, and you'll be reflecting all of that damage back. The biggest benefit is that you'll also be buffing all of your teammates
That's
and
what you
being the
need, yeah.
ultimate support and tank class.
That's what
We
it
highly
is.
recommend taking Flay as well as Rend or Whirlwind and just simply amplifying your bleed effects as much as you can while sticking to dozens of demons to reflect as much damage as you can. This build in particular can struggle a little bit on epic boss encounters, but your clear speed with minions and elite bosses is going to be incredibly fast, and all in all, it's a very straightforward Barbarian build that reflects a ton of damage and is super beefy. Great for anyone just starting out Diablo. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Paragon board is a feature that unlocks at level 50, and lastly for the physical slot gear when it comes to the screen. Next up, we have the Amulet damage bonus from
No,
the
I think
walk
it's just the
these as fire damage. This is a nice for a Barbarian overall, giving you Fury on every kill that you land and giving you an increase in rank to your Whirlwind ability, making this amazing for farming mobs to get gear. To wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, if you love being in the thick of it and being an unstoppable wrecking ball in the melee department, it's no doubt that the Barbarian can be your main choice. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are also doing a giveaway for a free
So many people want to play. So we looked at all those final looks. I think I still want to stick with the Barbarian after I just watched that video. To be honest. There's 15,000 people watching Diablo and it's not even out. It's kind of wild. Why is it like this? Oh. Yep, D4 prep begins now. The time is now.
This is gonna be another big one.
I'll be honest, that's kind of cringe. That's kind of cringe. I don't like arbitrary caps. Why not just cap it with the total things in the game that can give you move speed? Why put some random cap?
I don't know if I like caps too much either, but which board is this? Diablo IV Builder. This one looks pretty damn cool too. Everyone's doing like similar stuff, I guess. Yep. Already have it. The big edition. This doesn't look like it. Just looks like gameplay. He's giving away a PC, this guy. I want to do that. Okay, this guy, it's kind of strange. He only has 7.8k follows, and he has 1,000 people watching him. Oh, yeah, I'll play some Rocket League, to be honest. Do a little break of this. So give me a second while I switch over to the PlayStation and stuff. I was gonna play some FIFA, but I'd rather like play something fun like that. Try and get some wins. Yeah, take your time. No rush. Don't worry about it. He's just been doing builds. Which one is this, though? Like, this looks cool, too. Diablo builds beta, full launch coming soon. Like, what is this? Someone tell me what this is. I'll do something different. I want to see what this is. Because this looks good. No, I don't think you can. I think it's per account. So even if you make multiple characters, you can't have it in different clans. It's all just based on the account. But it's no worries. How many people do they have? Tell them I'm doing a giveaway. What's going on over here? Tell them to get everybody to come join. Do something like that. We get them here. We do nice giveaways. And then we do some stuff together. We're going to do tournaments and shit. So, like, prizes. Like $100 for winner. Obviously, we could scale it up for how many people want to really do it. But turn off camera shake. Someone find me this. Someone find me what this actual one is. Because this one that he's using, which says full launch coming soon, is ridiculous. Maybe he hasn't given it out yet. Maybe it's something he made. But this looks ridiculous. So much more better because it has all your core, like, it's just set up better. This looks better. News guides, top builds, build calculator. We need to try and get this. It doesn't look like anybody else is using it, though. I was going to, like, subscribe and ask him. See, like, he's using the one that we were using, though, it looks like. D4 guilds. Why does it look different? Why does his look different? Oh, it's like a build. It's like a different place on it. Ah, that's like this. He's doing it. Okay, this is much better. Yeah, they have it like this. So this is here. Okay. I actually have to try and do like the 5 FIFA games as well sometime. And then I'm going to do like an email in a couple hours. And then answer. I have to go over some stuff with you, but we should be ready to rock. Should be ready to rock, guys. I'm just going to restart going on to my PlayStation to play some Rocket League. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Good, I like it. Be right back.